I am Johannes from the band Avatar, and you have the immense pleasure of watching GRIMM TV.
Well, first of all, how are you doing today?
Very good. It's to play Tuska. This is the festival that I've been going to the most in my life, myself, 3 years. And so it just felt like it was a long time in the making. And that joy of going to a fairly big show, but riding the metro, start the morning walking your dog, riding the metro, and then I'll go home and, use my own toilet before going to bed and all that. That weird contrast compared to, riding around the bus and being a pirate. It's a fun change of pace, and a lot of friends are here and all that. And now the show went well. I barely speak enough Finnish to even get in trouble, and definitely not enough to get out of trouble. But I got away with saying what I said on stage, and that was all cool. So it's been a vibe, long time in the making, and excited to what this also means for Finland going forward,
Yeah, it was good to see that you were finally booked on at Tuska.
Yeah, we've been wanting this for quite some time, actually.
Yeah.
I know this has been, we've done other Finnish festivals, but the Tuska family, so to speak, it's been a long time in the making for me. I'm glad it finally happened.
Yeah, I think last time I saw you guys in Finland was when you played Rockfest.
Yeah, exactly. Time has already flown by since then. It's been a while now.
And back then you were a bit higher up the bill. Now you're basically opening the whole festival.
Yeah, but we were also a late addition to, I'm not going to say sour grapes or anything because it was great, but we were a late addition. I started to bitch to our booking agent too late about, hey, Tuska, realizing that I can shout about things and sometimes I get what I want, the lead singer thing. So, totally worth it, and it's a foot in the door. And we did what we were supposed to do with the opportunity, so it's all good.
Like, I've talked with people today that you guys are definitely a band that deserves to be higher up the bill, but on the other hand, I feel like in part it's was sort of like a good move, because compared to last year, this was way more crowded straight from the beginning.
Well, that's good. So maybe we helped a bit to get the party started, and that's what we did in our mind. And the thing is, I would like to be higher on the bill also in Finland, but at the same time, there's this, I'm also aware of what work we have been able to do elsewhere, where, we can headline stages in Germany, France, Belgium and whatnot. And we want to do the same type of work to get there here. And I don't want to be arrogant about that a certain level of achievement somewhere automatically entitles you to anything. We're not entitled to anything. So we just want to be given the opportunity to prove what we are about. And that is exactly what it is. It was a ton of fun. And it makes for better shows in many ways to get to play later and stuff. Here it doesn't matter because it never gets dark anyway in the summer. But there's something to be said about doing an early show, then you're done and I'm gonna, mingle around and enjoy my day. And that is a thing that once we start to get to play later in other places in the world at festivals, you're supposed to sit with a towel around your head, kicking back with a beer and listen to, Metallica play over there watching the sunset. And if you play late, then you're busy when that moment arises. So this is great. This is a good day.
Yeah, and I feel like now, like you said, you got your foot in the door, sort of. I feel that
Will be back.
Avatar at some point could very well be headlining even, because Tuska is one of those festivals that quite often puts bands as a headliner before most other festivals.
Exactly, which is one of the reasons I have such a respect for this place. They really, because the people involved in this also book shows throughout Finland otherwise, right? So they are really involved in building metal bands in the country at large, and then they reap the rewards when they help build this thing that then people want. So it's not just up to the band, and there's that engagement and relationship in it. And like you say, that they are one of those festivals that take a chance to we think this is a headliner, let us prove it to you, And I've seen this through years. I think Gojira is headlining now, right?
Yeah.
And last time they did make total sense, but I think they pulled the trigger here a bit earlier than other places in Europe for Gojira in that sense, you know. And of course, that was obviously the right choice because Gojira is one of the biggest, greatest contemporary metal bands we have right now, and people like this, this matters.
Yeah. There's a couple of examples. I mean, Ghost is the same.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tuska was the first one that put them as a headline position back in I think 2016.
Yeah,
no other festival did. The year after, one after the other festival headline.
Exactly. And and we have gotten the opportunity to do that elsewhere, and we see how much it helps. Because what's the word? Well, optics matter, so it helps us. If you are then ready to step up to the plate, then swing for the fences, to be all American about it, then it works, So yeah, why not? We'd like to do that as soon as possible.
I mean, you were mentioning that like Gojira, one of the biggest contemporary metal bands. Yeah. I feel that honestly, you guys are pretty close to that too, because
we're doing well.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean another festival that has similar mentality like Tuska to that is where you headlined before. It's Alcatraz in Belgium.
Exactly. And there's also people where, they sell their tickets, they are good businessmen, but there's also a clear passion and engagement about this scene in itself. It's such a clear labor of love.
Yeah.
And they nurture those relationships to artists, us included. And then what happens is that we can come back and do more of that. And Belgium is amazing for us, mind-blowingly so. So, 100%.
Yeah, I like what they're doing. Like this year, they're doing it again. Basically, they put as headliners Powerwolf, KK's Priest, and the closer of the weekend is Electric Callboy.
There you go. Well, Electric Callboy have exploded. I didn't know the name of that group in the beginning of the summer. Then reaching the continent and so. Wow. That's been huge. I was told that they were one of those that really did a good job in how they made it through the pandemic as a creative entity.
It's one of those viral bands. Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, but also putting the work in so that it seems I am yet to see them, but from everything I hear, they are also being viral helps you a bit of the way, but then it's actually again time to step up to the plate. And are you for real? Can you deliver what people expect of you now? Seems like they can.
One big party, in a sense, your shows are too. Just some good metal music where you can actually have just.
Exactly. I guess they are even a bit more tongue in cheek than we are. I guess, right? But absolutely, good times.
Yeah. Kind of going on what you were saying earlier. Now you have some time to kind of kick back, besides talking to people like us.
Yeah, but soundproof.
Yeah,
cool. It's good.
Are there any bands that you're really looking to I need to check them out?
Well, I got to hear La Society from behind the stage, as we said, and now I'm trying to remember who's even playing. I haven't had the time to check to really take in who's playing today, because sadly there would be a bunch of things, especially the 2 other days. Love to see. We got to see Ville Valor in Tabastia here, but to see in big stage, home field advantage, but a bigger show of that nature tomorrow would have been great. But then I'm on a plane to France, so that's life.
Yeah, I got to see the last hymn show here at Tuska and on main stage headline. It was impressive. Yeah. Going a bit on you guys have been really busy lately. You've done a massive US tour. Shortly after we talked, you left on it.
Sounds about right. Yeah, we did a good UK run, then continental Europe, and both those things are supposed to. We do more of that in the beginning of next year. Then we did again that US run, like I said, straight.
And you're going back to the US already in September?
Exactly, continuing that. Then we're gonna do opening shows in the US in November. So it's a lot of across the pond for the rest of the year. Then more Europe next year, and squeeze in. I was working on South America, as we got to go there for the first time last year. And we opening for Iron Maiden, which is a fine start to play for a country. To play for 100,000 people over the course of 3 days, sure, yeah, why not? Fanboy around and everything you hoped for it to be, it was. So now we gotta, continue that. We have to come back to Mexico. We're gonna go to Australia this year for the first time, Romania for the first time this year. So yeah, it's firing on all cylinders. It's a good time to be in this band.
I think, and South America is one of those places that people actually show up for the opening band.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. A lot of places are. Northern Europe, tougher. But I've been that type of audience member too for a lot of shows. And then when you come out of here, travel a bit south of Europe, also the US and everything, like there's more of that, more of an outing and to catch the whole concert bill, more common throughout. So I learned my lesson, and since I started to get to tour around more, I started to show up earlier to other shows as well.
I've seen some really cool pictures and videos and so on of your shows that you've done past year. I was just wondering, was there any show that really sticks out to you that was just epic somehow?
Oh, there are honestly
a lot.
Many. But the thing is also, in terms of performing, I just heard a quote again that I heard before. Steve Martin talked about how it's easy to be great. That magic, because that just happens and then it doesn't happen. It's hard to. That magic is dependent on so many things. It's really hard to be consistently good, and I think we've been consistently good for a lot of it, which feels great. And then you capture those magic moments. This festival run throughout Europe now, pretty much all of it, we left the stage and we feel like we turned a corner in this country now. And for personal reasons, of course, like I talked about, all my personal investment on being here in Tuska. Another one like that this summer was, of course, Sweden Rock Festival. And then we got to play nice and late, headlining a stage, and nailing it. And nailing it in that kind of home turf vibe. So that stood out and became special for that. But we have had, honestly, this big sales pitch here is that personally, I don't think we have ever been better than we are now, especially on stage. I think we did our best album so far with Dance Devil Dance, and what we do on stage now, especially when we headline and can make 2 hours feel like 20 minutes. I'm insanely proud of that and confident, and that has, so I left stage feeling that over and over again.
And like I said, it clearly worked. I'm on the Discord channel of Tag the Tech, and there's a lot of US people there and such, and a lot of people that didn't really know you guys that well, but went to check you guys out, and they were all coming back you need to go see them if you can. You need to go see them. So
we care a lot about what we're doing, and we like doing it well. I guess
you're making a lot of fans quite quickly. So
it seems, and
good on you.
We're bound to fuck it up eventually, but right now it's a good time.
All right. Well, on that, I'm going to leave you. Is there anything you would like to quickly add still to wrap this up?
Well, no, I said the thing about that we're better than we've ever been. Yeah, come see us.
Yeah, definitely come see us. All right, thanks.
All right, thanks a lot.